You need to not carry a Social Security card. Anyone does not need to carry a Social Security card. When you go to a physician's office, they're going to ask for your medical card. That has your 9-digit numbers on it too. Be very cautious with that. We're a first responder state. In that first responder state, we will look and help individuals in need immediately. A lot of times they're not looking for that medical card. So if you're in the mall, you fall, you hit your head, and you're by yourself, and you don't have a medical card on you, they're still going to help you. Now, when you go to a physician's office, they usually ask for that medical card at least once a year. If they're asking you every time you go, I'm going to say, what are you doing with my information that I've given you already 3 times this year? I'm going to start questioning them. But every year they do changes or updates to medical cards. They usually like to have that card. You know, under the Affordable Care Act or the Obamacare, a lot of times things have changed and a lot of people are very confused over that. So with that, a lot of cards were changed, etc. So medical professionals want those updated information. Why? Because that's how they're paying for what services you're getting from them. But if you're going to open a bank account or you're going to get a job, yes, you need a Social Security. A lot of times, if you haven't memorized, they'll just take that number. That is a little scary.
My mother made us kids memorize when we first got it. She got it for us when we were teenagers. She made us memorize the numbers.
Okay. Those 9 digits you should be treating like gold. Let me tell you some of the things that we've had happen when people stealing the Social Security numbers. We had a gentleman that went into somebody's house and they had their EOB or explanation of benefits sitting on a table. Now, the woman's house that they went into was a friend of a friend. The gentleman did not know the lady, but he was with a friend who did know this woman. She had her explanation of benefits sitting on the table. For whatever reason, it had her Social Security number on it. Now, I don't know who she had her insurance through, but nevertheless, it was on there. The guy that she did not know wrote the number down on his hand. Now, the reason I share this, think of anybody else that comes into your house that you really don't know. Maybe someone coming to fix something, a handyman of some type, you know but you don't know. But you may have someone that's a friend that comes in and helps you, but brings somebody with them. Same idea. You're assuming they're a good person because they're with this person that you trust. On the other end of it, they might not be that loyal or a good friend because you really don't know. This man went in, got this 9 digits, went to a bank and opened an account. He opened the account with minimal number of dollars required to open that account. He used that woman's Social Security number. Everything else was bogus. Now, he claimed he just moved to the area and had an out-of-the-state driver's license. They took that DL and copied it. They opened the account. When they opened the account, he got, what do you get when you open a brand new account? Checking account? Check. It's a new check, temporary check. He takes those checks and goes down to one of the auto dealerships here on Colonial. Now, this is where he finds out how good that lady's information really is. When said he moved to the area and needed a new car, he says, we can write your credit. Gave him the lady's Social Security number. When he did, they ran the credit, got out it was good, he filled out the application. Everything he put was bogus, except her information. They did, he drove away with the car, they ended up catching up. But nevertheless, that was pretty creative. And they always have all these different, they think, security issues. People do it all the time. Same thing in hospitals. They're saying, okay, well, we need fingerprints, we need this, we need that. I can tell you from my own experience, I had knee surgery last year in October. I went in, they asked for my deductible. My doctor called and said I was coming into the hospital. Now you do all your pre-op stuff. Did it. They never asked for my card. They just asked for my deductible and my name. My name is pretty common. Anyway, I gave it to them. They had surgery. They asked who I was. They never asked for one bit of identification. They said, didn't you give them a fingerprint? I said, no. They put the white thing on my wrist, and into surgery I went. I never gave them any of my identification, period. The only thing they got from me was my Social Security number. I'm sharing that because think what I told you earlier about medical identity theft. That happened to me in a very prevalent hospital here. That's scary to me. When I finished the surgery, I went back to their security and I said, I'd like to explain something, and we went through the whole thing. They said, that should have never happened. But if someone took my Social Security number and did the exact same thing that happened to me, I would have pretty much been ruined on that end of it, on my medical. But other ways people use Social Security numbers, they open fraudulent accounts, they could be charged accounts, they could get loans. What if someone in our, we've had people that get arrested on a regular basis, and they get arrested, they know the jail, the judge would not allow them to post bond because they've had a habitual record. They use somebody else's Social Security number, go to jail, utilize it in that fashion, they jump, bail, and they come after the owner of that Social Security number.
Don't y'all ever check fingerprints from people in jail?
I don't work in the jail. Orange County Jail and Orange County Sheriff's Office are two separate entities. I know this happens. I don't know what they do in there. I'm just sharing what happens. So, people lose their identity on a regular basis. That's why you should never carry Social Security number on you unless you need it that day. That's why I'm going to tell you, you need to clean out your wallet. Only carry with you what you need for the day. Keep a high, you've got to be your first line of defense. If you're going to go in there, I was born and raised here in Orlando. I have seen Orlando change drastically.
Yeah.
But it's not just here. It's all over the world. So we have people that are tourists that come here that may commit crimes overseas. Like, pickpockets overseas are really good. And they can grab your wallets out of any place pretty much you put them.
It's a profession that's passed down in families over in Europe.
But we have a lot of visitors here in the United States. We have one of the highest areas of visitors not too far from here. Does that mean they stay on I-Drive or in that area? Absolutely not. They start mingling within our community. Can they teach others to do this? Yes, they can. So with that, we don't want to carry. The Federal Trade Commission is also the Consumer Protection Agency. They state, if you've ever lost your identity, you need to make a report locally with your local law enforcement agency as well as with them. Because if someone has scammed you or called you and you've given them $5,000 for whatever reason, we can only work here. We can't work in Orange County, California. So they can do that. So you need to make sure you file with both. Now, they also share that it should only take you 5 minutes to replace anything you have in your wallet. So you think of what you carry with you. So we're going to tell you some solutions. If you have to carry a handbag, or you have to carry something on you, I'm going to suggest a certain type of fanny pack. We have this one. And we have this one. If you carry a fanny pack, you're probably thinking, okay, this has a huge strap on it. They can cut this or get this off of me rather quickly. Well, you're going to wear it. You're going to wear the front, the pouch in the front, the way it was designed, not on the side or in the back. But you're going to put the strap under clothing. So if somebody's going to come up and try to get this off of you, you're going to feel them messing around with your clothes. And that's important. This one is thin enough to where you can probably put it right directly under a shirt and know. Now, if you're going to have anything like this to where you put your money in and then you put it down in your shirt, do not wear this unless you have a collar on. You need to have a collar so if someone comes up behind you the way it's laying on me, they could just grab it or choke me. Make sure you have what they call a quick release. That's this thing, so if they pull it, this is coming off. We don't want to be choked by the strap. If you do, remember, wear a collar. So if someone's trying to grab it, they're going to have to dig, and you're going to feel it. Most people that commit these crimes really don't want you to feel it until they're removing whatever they're removing off of you. Our lady that got hurt in Ocoee, putting her handbag in the grocery cart, they were quick. They went to grab it, they knocked her down. She had a head injury and broke 2 bones, her arm and her collarbone. She was in the hospital a number of days because she had bleeding on the brain over a handbag. She's got to go through a lot of therapy now. So just remember that. When you go to the grocery store, if you need something, take it. But I'm also going to give you these lovely little wallets. This is a wallet.
Oh, cool.
Goes on your wrist.